Let's get the latest on that smoke report from Chief Meteorologist Mary Matthews. Mary.
Yeah, it was almost this time last week. I mean, we were dealing with a 50-degree drop in temperatures by this time last week, but the day before, on Monday of last week, we had reports of ash falling from the sky in Denver and parts of northern Colorado, and certainly very thick smoke here across Colorado. We're not contending with that today, but it is a sign of things to come, seeing that light haze on the horizon. As we take you back to that shot, you will notice that it was actually clearer yesterday. We had really nice air quality. Actually, the last several days have been really nice, even through the weekend time frame. But now we're starting to notice a little bit of smoke moving in across the region. You'll notice temperatures are in the 80s in Colorado Springs right now. We're in the 70s up across parts of Great Falls. And notice the 70s here right around the high plains and parts of northern Montana. That is where a front is moving in. Did kind of a dip in the jet stream here, allowing for some cooler temperatures for parts of the upper Midwest and the high plains. This is not really going to arrive in our area in terms of bringing us cooler temperatures, but it is going to shift our wind direction, which means some of the ongoing smoke across parts of California, Oregon, back to Idaho, that is going to start to come with that front. You've kind of noticed we've already seen that increase in smoke. We were light smoke yesterday afternoon, and now it's more that moderate smoke across the state, and it will get a little bit thicker by tomorrow. Notice the FUTURECAST shows that front kind of sagging in across parts of the Central Plains, and as it does so, it will come with that shift in wind and start to move some of that smoke across much of Colorado by tomorrow. Now, you will notice some of the reds and oranges showing up here, more so the pink and the reds. That is where air quality is so bad you can hardly see a quarter mile in front of you. This is actually some of the worst air quality in the world, and I don't say that lightly, but Medford, Oregon, over this past weekend, you could hardly see your hand in front of you. That's how bad it was. It's not going to get that bad here, but we're going to be tapping into some of this smoke that is ongoing across the West Coast and pulling some of that into the state, unfortunately. We also have our ongoing wildfires across Colorado, but more of this is going to be contributed to parts of the West Coast with that smoke coming in. Notice as we move through Wednesday morning, we go from really a moderate to a little bit of a thicker smoke here. This is not going to be something where I would say no outdoor activity, but notice as we move through Wednesday afternoon and Thursday morning, this yellow that's coming in is much, much thicker in terms of the smoke and the air quality, and I think this is going to be very similar to what we had Monday of last week, where we could hardly kind of see the mountains. Maybe if you're in Falcon, you could even see the mountains Monday of last week. So I think that's going to be more so the situation on Thursday. So just understand that Wednesday and Thursday is kind of exponentially going to start to go up in terms of the air quality, or go down rather, and the smoke is going to increase across the region. Temperatures, we're really not going to see a big fluctuation in temperatures over the next few days. That front that's coming in will slightly cool us off just by a few degrees, but it's not going to be anything that you're really going to step out the door and think, oh, wow, this is much cooler today. It's just really going to hover in the 70s and 80s for the next several consecutive days, and the dry stretch of weather is going to continue. Low 70s in Woodland Park tomorrow, 68 degrees there for Cripple Creek, 39 on Pikes Peak if you don't like all the hot weather, 76 degrees in Calhoun, 80 there in Colorado Springs. On Thursday, temperatures are in the upper 80s across the eastern plains and just a few degrees warmer in Colorado Springs. But it's mainly about the smoke this week, and that's more so the bigger story. I've gone in and kind of added some of the precipitation percentages here for rain for the weekend time frame. Notice here 20% on Saturday, certainly not looking like a washout, but I think more of our higher terrain areas will start to see an increase in moisture chances on Saturday, whereas Pueblo County and parts of El Paso County will stay dry for most of the weekend time frame. But we look into early next week, and better chance for some showers and some thunderstorms, hopefully helping to clear us out briefly here with some of the smoke that will increase across the area over the next several days. Otherwise, low 80s and smoke. That is kind of the name of the game this week. Back to you guys.
All right, Mary, thanks for the heads up. Well, a relatively flat day for the